Alrighty, welcome everybody. We're gonna do an episode that I've been waiting to do since before we even started this podcast. To be honest, I'm
True.
very excited for it. We're gonna be reviewing Post Malone's latest studio album, Austin. As many of you know, I don't know how many of you know, but it's very different than the rest of his albums, and me and Joe became Joe became that was like one of the first artists that we kind of got to bond over when we first met.
Was
Um,
it Billy Joel?
yes, it was Billy Joel. That's why I said one of the first.
Oh,
Yeah.
I heard half of that.
Yeah. So, but it was cool because I remember like you liked Circles and Take What You Want, and just from there, it kind of just like um, you know, just
Yeah, dude, that Aussie guy on Take What You Want kind of took off after that, dude. That was crazy.
yeah,
Post Malone starting people's careers. What a guy.
at such an old age too.
I know facts.
But
How he has like 30 albums now. Didn't that come out in like
but but
20
but,
like 19?
but we're gonna be doing a tier list of how we feel about the songs. Now, if you watch the Circles tier list we did, we're gonna do it a little bit different. This time around, we're gonna do the track list from track 1 to track 17. And we're gonna be discussing it there. So I don't know what's up with Joe, but he wants to let me know whenever he's ready. Okay, are you ready? Can we do
Yeah.
this? Okay. Okay. Um, I do you want me to start off or
Yeah, so you share first of all allow share screen so we can go
ah
seamlessly.
yeah.
Yep. But yeah, you start
Okay.
and then yeah.
All right. Okay. So where are we at here? Okay, so the first song, Don't Understand. Can you see?
I can see.
Okay. Okay. So Don't Understand, right? Actually, let me add.
Yep. Oh man. Oh, he has an F tier song this time.
You're damn right I do. Damn right
Oh,
I do.
I think
Um,
we're on
oh,
the same page here.
okay, so this song, the intro, Don't Understand Now. Originally, um, I'm still not the biggest fan of the song, but I
Hmm.
have grown to appreciate it a little bit
Yeah.
more over time. Um, Still definitely not one of my favorites. I'm gonna put it at the C. That's where I have it. Um,
All right.
yeah. So I basically, well, I guess, do you want to put where you have it and then we can discuss, or
Sure. Hold on. I just gotta I don't know why I haven't done pulled up my notes, but I think I know where I have it. Let me just double check. Yeah, okay. You can see my screen, right?
yeah, yeah.
All right, so at or below. Gonna we're gonna go with the old classic. I'm gonna change the color to purple. So why not? Anyway, don't understand. I guess I grew to like it a little more than you because we started on the same page with this. I'm gonna put it in B.
Oh wow,
Um, yeah,
wow.
I still don't have it on my playlist still. Like it's still not something that I listen to, but when I first listened to the album, I kind of didn't know what he was trying to do with the song, especially particularly the verses. This chorus is very good, very straightforward chorus, but the verses I was kind of like, what's he like trying to do with this? But on the re-listen, I was like, oh, I can kind of understand where he's going with this. And I'm sure like if I gave it some more listens, maybe even if I grabbed my acoustic guitar and started strumming on that, I'd be like, oh, so that's what he's doing. Okay, yeah, no, I get it now. And it seems to flow a lot better than I thought. Still, other than a catchy chorus, I mean, that you could be talking about pretty much any song on this album when you say a catchy chorus. So that's
Yeah,
pretty much all it has going for it, other than that,
yeah.
I
I
believe.
mean,
So B's as high as I can put it.
I think I actually think this could have been better as a closer versus an opener.
I agree. Yeah.
right? Like I feel like it kind of gives those vibes, and especially too, like when you look at the singles, not just take out how we feel about the singles, but the
Mhm.
vibe of the singles. Like you got Chemical, you got Morning, Overdrive, like it. I just was not expecting that to sound like the first track for this album, you know? So
I remember you said so you I remember when we first talked about it, we agreed, we were like, "Oh yeah, these first 2 tracks, what the hell?" And then I remember you brought up eventually, like maybe like a week later, you're like, it kind of introduces you to like what the album is. And then I was like, no, it doesn't.
well, I guess for me,
Like it's
well,
an
well,
acoustic album, sure, but
that's kind of what I mean. Like I guess in the
yeah.
sense of like, you know, okay, this isn't going to be like your standard Post Malone album. For
Oh,
any
for sure. Okay, okay.
that's kind of what I meant. Like for any other fan, you know, going into it, like this isn't gonna be Hollywood's Bleeding, you know, like um,
Should have
but
been.
but so but that's the thing for me. As much as I love this album, it still kind of sucks for me that like I don't enjoy the opener. Like I can't listen
Mm.
to it front to back. But that's for another story. We can, I guess, you know, on that note, we'll.
I'll start every other one. So you know what I mean. So I'll start this
Okay.
one. I don't know. I just kind of feel like there's a different energy to starting. So there you go. All right. So something real is the next one. Interestingly enough, I told Mike this actually played at a NHL game. Was it any? Yeah, it was. It was. And I can see what they're going for. And on an unbiased tier list, it would be a little higher. I can't put it too much higher than D tier, honestly, for myself. Maybe C, maybe C if I gave it more of a chance. I just don't really listen to that song. Although, what does he say? He plays that pussy like it's florally.
You want me
I,
to? You
I
want me
laughed out.
to?
I hadn't listened to that song in so long, and when I listened to it for this, I like
Mhm.
actually like laughed out loud to that line. I love it.
Yeah. So I guess for okay. So this was because when me and you spoke actually face to face after this album dropped,
Mhm.
we both kind of admittedly were like, the first 2 tracks, like we can do without. Like
Yeah,
that's how we felt, like right off the bat. Um, However, something real has grown on me, not like crazy, crazy, but
right.
enough to put it at a B.
It's
Um,
fair. Yeah,
it is a listenable track to me. Not one of the highest highs, but definitely a step up from the intro to me personally. Something that I just feel like I could bump a little bit, and it fits more with the songs I really like from the album. I can listen to those in the same playlist if that makes sense. So I have grown to enjoy the track, but it was definitely a growth for sure.
I will say you talking, I raised it to C. Just because you used the word listenable, and I guess that's kind of what I see C tier as, like
That's fair.
not something I would put on, but like if it came on in someone else's car, I wouldn't tell them like, oh, is this something real? Ah, shut it off. Like that'd be like a D or an F tier, you know? But
Right.
like
Right.
C, it's like yeah, it's just not my thing. So C tier, something real. I changed my mind.
Okay. Yeah. I
You're
don't
up.
I don't think we need to discuss this next one. I mean,
Yeah.
we can talk about how incredible it is, but I mean, Chemical, obviously the lead single, and what a goddamn lead single.
I mean, I'm gonna preface it with this is our second album that we've reviewed, and I'm typically not the kind of guy to prefer the singles off of an album. I like the
Yeah.
deep tracks. Usually I'll pick something out like that's weird, and you'll see a little bit of that in here. Like I S tier some stuff that you'd be like, whoa. But that should just tell you how good this single is. It is such a fantastic song. It is such a vibey song. I mean, if you've heard the song, you know. I don't even need to be telling you this right now.
It and it still has a meaning. Like it's still
Hmm.
it's so catchy, and it is a little dumbed down, but like I don't know. I love how they were able to provide a message like that, and it's such a catchy song. And I remember like the video that they previewed of Post in the studio, like smoking a cigarette, playing the guitar to it, like I just felt the vibe, and like I don't
Right.
know, man. Like I remember that drop in the spring, and was just such a vibe. It never got old to me. It still is not stale to me. There's so many singles from artists, including Post Malone, that I love, but I don't listen to often just because it's
Hmm.
just like, come on, like I've heard it a million times, but no, I can still I can listen to this song every day still, and I can't say enough of good things about it.
Yeah, honestly,
One of
what was I
Post
gonna?
Malone's
It
greatest.
it's hard to use the word perfect in the music industry, and I wouldn't say it's a perfect song. I mean, yeah, there's things wrong with plenty of songs, but I would say this was a perfect single to drop for this.
It
And I'll tell
was,
you what, when the album dropped, it somehow got better, I think. It
yeah,
just meshed so well into the album that like it just made it so much better, even especially after coming off of like, some tracks like Don't Understand and Something Real, where it's like, I didn't really, and then all of a sudden, oxytocin making it all okay. It's
but
like
but
nice.
you know what's so great too about it though? As great as it is, like it didn't overshadow the album still. Like it just
Mhm.
fit perfectly. Like
Yes.
like sometimes like the singles that are like very, very good, it's like it is a 180 when that song comes on, and then like the rest of the album, you're just kind of like, whatever. It's like, no, like it just fits perfect, and it's it might be a top five, it might be a top seven Post Malone song for sure.
I mean, it's beautiful.
So
But
you
uh,
start the next one.
yep, so that's Nova Candy, if I recall.
Yes, sir.
Let me look. Yeah, I figured I was gonna put it there. Ah, shit. A tier. I don't think it does enough for me to get to S tier, but obviously extremely catchy chorus, and it it, it for me, like, you have the first two songs, then you have Chemical, which, you already I've been listening to for the past, like, 3, 4 months before the album came out. And I feel like the floodgates were just like creaking open when it was like, Nova can't, like when it starts, and then it's like, no one ever felt anything better than that. And that's when like the gates open to this beautiful, beautiful album.
Mhm.
The I don't know why it can't make it to S. Like, I mean, I'm a music major. I'm like, oh, I don't like the key of G. I don't know, but
Mhm.
I think A is about where I'd put it.
Okay, yeah. Let me look here. I have Nova Candy. Where is it? Am I? Where is it?
Kind of in the middle above
I
download.
have Nova Candy as an S tier song. Um,
Mm,
I really upon first listen, I knew right away it was gonna be one of those for me. I think like there's a lot there's a lot of layers in these songs, but he makes it sound so like beautiful. That's what I've always loved about Mac Miller, and Post Malone did this like great on this.
mhm,
Like he it's clear that he's struggling with whatever he's struggling with, but it's almost like he's just like, you know what? Yeah, but like I'm just still vibe. Like, and I think
yeah.
like it's such a dark opening line, but he's like, put on my old coat and I found new drugs. Want to thank you
Hmm.
for getting me after like I was like, what, like it's like it's a dark line, but it's like, yo, that was crazy. Like,
Do
um,
you when you listen to songs, do you listen for the lyrics like for like immediately?
no, it really all depends for me. Like I'm not someone who prefers either or. It depends on the song. It depends on the artist. Like for Post, I'm more of like just a vibe off of first listen, which is
Yeah,
why
same.
don't understand. I was starting off, I was like, okay, I don't know if I'm like in this vibe or whatever.
Hmm.
And I think I even said this to you, like a lot of the lyrics and stuff and the meanings of these songs, like I didn't get until like listen 9, listen 10, like I didn't understand.
Fair.
This is a deep album.
It
Um,
really is.
you
It's such a
know,
good album.
and he's basically, I don't know. I just love it. I think it's a vibe, great message. It doesn't quite do what Chemical does for me, but it's not far off, in my opinion.
Hmm.
So, I think I'm
You're
saying
up.
next one, right?
Is it Morning?
Yeah, it's Morning. Okay. Now this was the second single, I believe,
Hmm.
off of the album. This is what we got after Chemical, and I'm putting it at A. I really love the song. There's some days where I do feel like it could be an S tier song, but at the end of the day, I think it's just kind of the same thing you have with Nova Candy. Like you don't really know why. It just doesn't do for me what the S tier songs do, but I don't skip it. And
Right.
when it first dropped, I liked it, but I think you liked it a little more than I did on Arrival. I don't know how you feel about it now,
I was saying it was better than Chemical
but
just
but but
recent.
but 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 I I grew to enjoy it more. I enjoyed it more in theme of the album. So that's another one of the songs that did that for me. So that's where I have.
All right. Jeez. I put it in S tier. It I I like songs where it like starts in the chorus and then goes into the it's not really that different from verse, chorus, like, but it feels different and it's like, oh, they're doing something different. The second verse is so good. Somebody take me outside. I'm a little that part is one of my favorite parts in the entire album, I think.
Yeah,
And
and again, I
it,
mean, he's really going deep into the messaging here. Like I mean, I'm not just saying this. There's no secret. Like he said in multiple interviews that he struggles with his alcohol use, and the way that he like in this song, I feel like he does it better in other
mm,
songs, which is why I have it at A. But the way that he paints a picture for you, like after 30 High Noons, it was pretty cool. Like you can tell he's saying like I'm not having a good time, but whatever. Like it's
can
like
we
paid a little too much for the time of my life. Like it's just like it's
can we
sad,
talk about
but
how
it sounds good.
the
What?
dude pounded 30 high noons?
Yeah, I mean,
Like, oh my God, what the hell? But yeah, no, I have great memories of listening to this song already. It's definitely a vibe for after you've had a few drinks as well. Whether or not you do that kind of thing. And I don't know, it's just a nice track in so many different moods. But I
absolutely.
think I'm up and we're doing Too Cool to Die.
Sure.
Dude, it's so funny. One of the songs I'm gonna put in B tier is stuck in my head right now, just for absolutely no reason. Where did I put Too Cool to Die? There it is. Oh, really interesting. All right, Too Cool to Die. Right above Nova Candy in A tier, which is so surprising to me because it for both of us, it was the one that jumped out and was like, "Oh, this is the next tier song." But it kind of dropped off a bit for me. It's a really cool rhythm and the vocal progression is fun, but I guess as it aged, I was kind of like, huh, like it's really a basic song. Like there's nothing super duper like extraordinary about it other than the fact that it's extremely catchy, including the chorus. The chorus is so catchy. One of the catchiest ones on the album, and that's
And the
saying a
beat
lot.
and the beat's incredible too. I like that
Yeah,
instrument.
exactly. But other than that, yeah, it's just it should be an average song. Everything about it, the build of the song says this should be average. So when I put it in A, not S, absolute props to Post Malone for like putting all these like things into like this basic song to make it high A tier.
What he does the best, in my opinion.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I literally, you literally took the words right out of my mouth.
Mm,
There's nothing more I can add to that really because like again, on first listen, I thought that was a song that was going to compete with Chemical, or we'll see later. But the more I listen, the more I'm like, oh, this is still a good song. I don't
mm,
feel how I felt on Impact, but it's just it has a peak for me. You know what I mean? Like I don't know. It's a vibe, and if it comes on, like I won't skip it, but
mm,
I can't. It didn't age up to where I have these S tier songs. It just doesn't. And I still think Morning,
mm.
and I think Morning is a better song. than Too Cool to Die. That's why I put it over there. But
What's your favorite part of that song? I want to see if I have the same favorite part.
just passing by. I mean,
I like the pre-chorus, dude. I don't mind at all. I don't. It's such a good
yeah,
transition.
it's
I
great.
love it.
No, it's great. It is great. But yeah, I mean, I guess that's all. I mean,
A
I really don't
stroke.
have much more to say on that, you know? So,
Hmm.
okay, I'm up.
You are up for Sign Me Up.
Okay, sign me up. Sign me. I have it. Where is it? I have it in a B tier. I think it's better than Something Real.
Hmm.
It's cool. Um, gets to a stretch with some of these songs in the album where, no, I'm not saying the track list, but I'm saying this is one of the songs where it's like, it's a good song. Like I don't know
Hmm.
if I'm gonna play it every time, but there's certain moments like when it hits, you know. But I don't know. I just don't think it's one of the stronger cuts on this record, and I'll leave it at that.
Could not feel any more differently. This song is a fucking masterpiece.
Oh yeah,
This is
I figured you felt. I could see it in your face. You felt it.
you can see it in my face. Dude, I love this song. This is a song that did not jump out to me for a while. And I mean like maybe a month ago, a while. Like
Mhm.
this song, when you like break it down and like think about it and listen to it, there's really like five different like sections of the song just masterfully like threaded together in like a minute and a half span, and then like it repeats. It's um yeah, met her at a party, she drove a red Ferrari, blah blah blah. Then some might say, you think that's the pre-chorus, but then it's said you could have my. It's like, wait, no, that's a pre-chorus. Then you sold me, and then it's boom. It's like, holy shit. I don't know. I can just see the buildup for that was so strong, and then that was just not at all a letdown in the chorus. I will say I despise, and when I say despise, I mean like, I really can't stand it because I love the rest of the song. The breakdown into the bridge, because it just shouldn't be there. Like, I knew the party was over. Like that slow part, like after the second chorus,
Well,
it's like I'm not against like putting a slow part in fast songs. In fact, I encourage it in a lot of songs. But this one just kind of felt like you got to keep up that tempo. This is such an up tempo song, and then all of a sudden it hits a minor key, and it's like, I I guess I get what you're going for, but like where this is one of my favorite songs on the album, one of my favorite vibes on the album. I wish you had like picked another song to put this little section in because it just doesn't feel like it fits.
see, and this is me and you have had this conversation before. And
About Sign Me Up.
no. Listen,
Oh,
just
okay.
listen to me. In general, in music, I am of the belief that if there is a part in the song that I think is bad, I can't have the song personally for me at an S tier. And
Mm.
that's kind of things with this song. Like there's things about it that I think are S tier, but overall, I don't think everything is S tier about it. Now I understand that many people don't share that same sentiment as me, and that's cool. But that's definitely one of the reasons too that knocked it down a little bit. Like that breakdown part, for example. There's another part that I can't think of.
You agree? Okay, you don't like the breakdown.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, but that for me, like those things did knock it down for me. Like so, yeah.
I mean,
I'll say on it.
the first 2 minutes of it are S tier, and then there's that part which is like, and then he gets back into it, and it's like, what the hell, like this happened? So like, maybe just because like I kind of realized how much of a banger it was like a month ago, it'll drop down eventually. But I'll tell you what, if like that brings it down, it really will only bring it down to like the highest of A tier. Because I guess I see where you're coming from. Where like S has to be the best of the best, and obviously this whole album is just a banger in and of itself. So
Mhm.
you'd see a lot of S's, but yeah, no, I really although that part does kind of suck for me, it really will never bring it below like A tier. It is such a good song. I,
Yeah,
it's just for me the fact that it changes up so much, and like you don't notice how much it changes up until like you actually like look for it. It just does it without you noticing. And music is so great when it does that, when it just like does something and it does it so seamless that you don't even like pick up on something changing.
absolutely.
I think it's my turn now, right?
Yes, it is. I think so.
Um, and I'm doing Socialite. I think I know where I've been putting this, right? Yeah. Socialite was another song that I was really hot on when I first listened. And it didn't drop too much, but I will put it right there.
So
What? Oh,
no, you made
sorry.
me think it was gonna like drop to like B or C.
Oh, no, no, no. It dropped from like maybe like this is an S tier potential song to near the bottom of A. I need to listen to how this one goes too. Oh my god, hold on. It's like I haven't listened to the album. Oh yeah. I think the chorus of it is what bothers me. It's a little too simplistic for me. I mean, that's also what works for it as well. Cause like the line like fuck me up, it's only a body. If God exists, it shouldn't be a problem, which by the way is the whole chorus. It's just so brutally honest that it is kind of like it's like, ah, damn, that like kind of sucks. But like that also is what hinders it, where it's like, some of these songs like you crank up the chorus and are like, this one's just like da 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 after a pretty upbeat verse. But yeah, the verses are pretty good. Kind of fun to sing along to as well. And the message in the song, of course, is fantastic. So I think it's a song deserving of A tier. Great song.
Okay. So I also have Socialite at A. I have it above Too Cool to Die.
Damn,
Um,
above too cool to die.
yeah, so
Explain yourself.
this is another. I mean, this song I kind of liked a little bit off of like first listen, but it really grew on me. Like, and like you said, you have a good point about the chorus. Like, it is like it the first few listens, it was very odd from how he did the first verse, and then like the chorus just felt like a
Mm.
completely like it almost felt like it was like, oh, like it wasn't supposed to go like that. You know what I mean? Like
Wait, is
that's
this
that,
the song that he says Shrek and Donkey in?
yeah, yeah.
Okay, S tier, S tier,
Yeah,
S tier.
see now that's but so like you know what I mean? Like I couldn't get over that for a little bit, but like you said, man, the messaging does this for me.
Mm-hmm.
Like he from everything that he's talking about, like I just think like for certain people it's so relatable because he's at the end of the day, like he is saying like he's trying to like like he's going you're kind of taking a trip into his mind where he's like, hey, like I know that I'm justifying this and I know like I have a problem,
Mm-hmm.
but whatever, like I'm still gonna justify this. And then he's like, like get hammered all alone, don't feel bad for me. And then like they'll fuck me up, it's only a body. It's like, oh my god. And the way he
Yeah,
starts out the song, he's like, I'm always a drink away from a good day. Like it's so like it's like, oh, like I can like, yeah, if you're in a party setting or whatever, it's like, oh, it's a fun, it's a vibe. But when you really sit and you think about it, it's like, damn, like that's really like it is sad. I mean, and especially when you know Post Malone, like, and you understand like his issues and things, it's like, oh man, like, but it's just such a beautiful, it just captures that emotion so well to me. I don't know how else to
mhm.
explain.
This really is just Post Malone circles. Like imagine this came out like imagine like something happened to Post Malone, God forbid, like like right before this album released, and then you just listen to it after, and it's just like, fuck me up, it's only, and it's like no.
Yeah, but that's kind of, I mean, that's not to get too deep, but that's kind of like that makes the song even better, because now everyone,
Mm.
people who love, and it's definitely again this whole album. It's so ironic because like it's a good album to like drink and party to and things like that, but it's like he's talking
It's
about.
really saying don't do that.
Well, no, he's not. Well, that's the thing though. He's not even saying don't do that. Like that's not
Yeah,
even
no,
what
but
he's saying. He's just
it's
saying like
displaying the negative effects of doing that though.
exactly, which is like, and it's almost like it's in the mind of like an addict where it's like, hey, I know that this is like, don't feel bad for me. Like I know what's gonna happen. I've accepted it. This is just what I am. And so
Mhm.
that it's very sad in that sense, but it's still beautiful. I don't know. I love it.
Okay, you're up.
I am up. What is next?
Overdrive.
Oh, okay.
Have
So
another drink, Mike.
Overdrive. Let's go to it. The third single, I believe.
Mhm.
Man, I loved it. I loved it on arrival. I loved when the snippet dropped. When it dropped, I loved it, and I've only grown to love it even more. It is so incredibly close to beating out.
Oh, I thought it was going
No,
up. I thought it was going
no,
there, man.
no.
Woo.
I wanna stress this. Like it is so the gap between that and Chemical is not far at all. I listen to
Mm,
Overdrive on my way to work every morning, besides the last week, because all I've been listening to is Drake. But
yeah.
every morning I listen to it on the way to work, and dude, the vibe is just like, especially like this time of year, like the fall, like,
Mm.
and I think me and you have had our discussions. I don't know how you feel still about the whistling, but I love the whistling part. It's just such a vibe. I just think, and I mean, obviously, look, the messaging in this song is incredible too. It's like he's literally saying, like, I can be more like him if that's cool to you. Like, I'll do anything to be cool to you. Like, he's talking about something that's so relatable. Like, everybody has felt that way before about somebody where it's like, yo, like, I don't even care about me. Like, whatever's cool to you, that's what I want to be. Like, and I don't know. The vibe is just so good. It got it. Like it's so goddamn close to being better than Chemical. Ah, I love it.
Your face is frozen for me.
Your face is frozen for me.
Hey, we're frozen
Now
buddies.
we're back.
Yes, we are. Okay.
Yeah, so I love that song.
Uh, sheesh. Absolutely agree. I'm not sure about I think my gap might be bigger between Chemical and Overdrive than yours, but it's what I was see, and that's why like I'm gonna contradict myself a lot when I talk about music because like I'm like, oh, that's like too simple, or is that there's a certain situation for everything, and this song being too simple is perfect.
Yeah, some
It's
songs
just
need to be simple.
it
Yeah.
gets right to the point. It's a nice, as calm acoustic, and the whistling. It makes me want to learn how to whistle. We had we had little Joe back in 2016 listening to Patience by Guns N' Roses, being like, I wish I knew how to whistle. And then like I got over it. And then like 2023 listening to Overdrive, I'm over here like I
Now,
want to learn how to whistle because this song is just
now,
like you could like imagine just like being in your happy place, nice, warm, perhaps Jamaican island, whatever, and just the whistling part just comes on and you just
yeah. See, to me though, that's not the vibe. The vibe to me is like a little cool out, like it's like a nice fall breezy, like morning or night, like
see
that's the vibe I get.
fun.
But wait, I wanted to ask you this. Because I know when it first dropped, I mean, you obviously liked it too. Like you really enjoyed it. But you did. I don't know if you felt, but you did mention something I remember about the whistling part that you weren't maybe the biggest fan of.
That's the most false thing I've ever heard. The first time I listened to it, I like leaned back in my chair and I was like, wow.
No, no. I remember you saying that you, as someone who likes to like sing along to music, you wish that there was a little bit more of that instead of the whistling.
No, I didn't say that.
Okay. All right, whatever. Okay, that's
No, I don't want you to think I'm lying right now. I can find receipts.
fine
I
receipts then,
mean,
because we had this
it's my
conversation.
favorite part of the song. It's my
I'm,
favorite part of the song. It's always been my favorite part of the song.
I just don't think you remember, but okay, that's fine. Well, it's okay.
No, no, it means so much to me. I love He's going for the seats. I think I sent you a voice recording of me pretending to do Joe Swanson. Be like, why can't I whistle? Why the hell can't I whistle? I see right here I got mad that Post Malone didn't whistle in the live version. This looks like such an entertaining podcast. We're both on our phone. Not gonna lie, I may like morning more than overdrive. Throws tomatoes at you. Come on, you know why. Short and sweet as catchy as
You said that, not me.
I know. But
I
that's
just
not the
okay.
day it came out.
The chorus piece of Overdrive is better than anything on Chemical or Morning. I just wish there was more substance built around.
Yeah, well, that doesn't mean I don't like the whistling. Where the hell do
I
I say I
know
don't
I
like the?
switched to I.
Oh, so you messed up. Okay, no.
No,
I just want
I
to defend
said
me
after
loving
that
them.
that you said that there was, as someone who liked to like listen and sing along to music, you wish that there was a little bit more there.
Yeah, see, and I know where I'm coming from because I feel the same way about some of the
No, that's fine.
other
That's
songs
fine.
on this.
That's fine. I'm not saying you can't change your opinion. I'm just saying that's why I asked you about it, because I remembered
Okay, I
something
thought
about that.
I was just blowing a fuse because that
Yeah.
whistling part has just always been so good to me, and
No, it's
I
great.
needed to stand up for it. But
It's incredible.
anyways, really quick before we have to pause the meeting, I just want to get out there. Yes, short and simple. I like more complicated stuff, but if it's short and sweet and simple, and it needs to be like a album interlude or something, love those. And
It all depends.
I didn't realize it at the time when I sent that text, but now I realize that was so necessary, and it is such a great song because of it.
Absolutely.
Am I the one sharing first now? I think.
Yes, because I started
All
off.
right. Allow screen share.
Yes, sir. All right, should be good.
All right. Well, before I screen share,
What's next?
before it's speedometer, I think. Before I reveal what my thoughts are, speedometer, I ended up finding a video that I sent you the day Overdrive came out. So let's take a peek at that really quick.
You're not gonna get over it. Couldn't hear it, but I got the drift.
Yeah, you get the drift. That's all you need to know. We'll do it in post. Speedometer. Let me just double check. I think I know exactly where this is going, but let me double check. Just so I don't, mess up. Got it. Wait. Yeah, got it. Speedometer. It's not anything super special to me. It's definitely one of those songs that just it's just kind of there on the album for myself. It's not really relatable in any way. It's kind of hard to tell if there even is a chorus, whether or not it's just him going like push ma, push ma. It's just nothing really stands out as good about it, but at the same time, nothing really stands out as bad about it. It's nothing that I'd go out of my way to put on, but it's nothing I'd necessarily skip unless I was really looking for a banger. So I think middle of the pack is exactly where it belongs. Middle of the pack being middle of the tier list, I should say.
Yeah, I have speedometer at B as well.
Thank God it's below sign me, dude. If you were gonna say speedometer is better than sign me up,
well,
I was
no,
gonna
let me say this. I like a lot of parts about speedometer, and it is one of the songs that gets stuck in my head still a lot.
That's the one I was saying earlier. I said I have a song I'm gonna put in B tier in my head right now for no reason.
The beat, it's giving me like, Thriller vibes, Michael Jackson, like it was cool. Like what?
I was just thinking I was gonna say when you were done, you were so convinced that it was a sample of Smooth Criminal, if I recall.
No. Oh yes, Smooth Criminal. Yeah, well, not a sample, more of like an interpolation. Like I knew that they didn't actually sample that song, but
I was hoping you knew because it sounded remotely like it. Like I
No,
can
no, no,
see
no,
it,
no,
but it's a
no, no,
stretch.
no. But my point was, you could tell that whoever was making the instrumental, there was some direct influence there for sure. I don't even think they would debate that. Um, not to say that it's going to show up if you look it up, but I just think when they were in the studio that whoever was doing that came to mind.
I
Um,
mean, there's so many songs. Some of them are bound to sound similar, so maybe not. But I wouldn't
but
be
that's such a
shocked. You know what I mean?
but that's not a. I mean, Smooth Criminal is a like it's a Michael Jackson song. Like, why? That's not that far out of the realm of a
I
possibility.
mean, yeah, but like, I mean, I've like been like humming to myself, been like, man, this would like be a great song, and I'd be like, wait, I'm humming this. Like, I mean, I know what I'm humming right now.
That's nah. I just disagree with like I know that happens, but that's just like no. It was a clear, not even Smooth Criminal, but just that era of music. It was a clear direct influence of. Again, I'm not saying they sampled anything, but anyways, yeah, the song is cool. And I like it. I like listening to it in the car specifically. Like it's a cool song to drive to, like a lot of them are. But again, I just feel like there's a lot better bangers on here than Speed of Light,
Absolutely.
but still like it. So
Hmm.
okay.
What's up
What do we
now?
got next?
Is it Hold My Breath? Maybe.
Yes. Okay. All right, where yes, it is Hold My Breath. Hold My Breath. We got a first D tier song.
Damn.
Um, yeah, man. I don't know. I don't know. It just doesn't do anything for me personally. Um, it's very, I don't know. I don't really know. And I've given it a bunch of tries. I have, but I can't get into it. It's not like awful. It's not like this god awful song, but I just can't get into it for whatever reason.
Where am I looking? Right here. Um, See, I felt the same exact way until this listen. I think what saves this song from being where you put it for myself is about halfway through it, the instrumental there is really nice, and then it just kind
Yeah,
of
that's
keeps
good. That's
flowing
good.
off that instrumental. It's because I remember when I was listening, I really don't mind the instrumental on this. And it's kind of like don't understand where if you like you start to get used to it, it's like I can kind of see what he's going for. Unlike Don't Understand, I don't think it works, even though I put it higher than Don't Understand just because the instrumental.
Mm.
I don't think what he's going for works, but there's definitely pieces of the song that just I don't think allow me to put it in like D tier, maybe C tier. Like I said, I only just kind of started realizing what he's trying to do with this song, where he's trying to go with it. But yeah, I agree. Other than being probably the, if not one of the, if not the most experimental song on the album, it just doesn't do much
Yeah.
for me.
No, absolutely.
Um, Ooh, I got a fun one here, huh? Or wait, I'm going first, right? Yeah, I am.
Yeah, you are. I think we got
I
enough
got a
to
fun
talk
one
about.
here, huh? La, enough is enough. This is a banger. This is a great
Can't
song.
stand up.
No, dude. Take me home. It just cut out. I
Well,
guarantee it
I'm
just cut
thinking
out.
because the Tiny Desk concert, he kept doing that. I can't stand up. But
I'm But anyways, yeah, no, I remember when this album came out, you were talking about Enough is Enough. Everyone was, and I'm over here being like, too cool, to guys pretty good. Like this is good, that's good. Then I was and everyone was talking about Enough is Enough. And I was like, what am I missing? So I like remember I listened again like a couple times, and then finally one time, I forget when it was, it just clicked. And I was just like, what have I been listening to? Like, this is something totally different. And it really just is it's a masterpiece. It's beautiful. Like, there's a point in S tier where I just want to make a double S tier in it, and Enough is Enough would probably make it in there. It's just such a fantastic song, and like I said, the intro to that chorus is going into it. It's one of a kind. It's for ourselves, like back when like Mike and I were in college, there was like certain songs we'd find, and like there's like a part where like they'd yell something like if you listen to Imagine Dragons My Life, I'm and then there were some other ones, and I was like, damn, if we were in college, this would be one of those where he just
Yeah,
goes, "Take me home."
yeah. So I think like this is a song where it's like I wish like this dropped before like spring semester
Yes.
2021. Like I would go back in time and do terrible things for that to be the case.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah. Enough is Enough is the best song on this
Whoa.
album. It is the best song on. Well, it's better
Whoa.
than
It's
Chemical. Better than Chemical.
no, it's not.
Yeah. So let me just preface it
You're
with
just doing that to be different.
I'm so edgy.
Look at me. Chemicals the second. Dude, that's how we know. You would have been, if we did this like the way we did the Connor one, like the circles, you'd be going like, worst to best, and it would just be Enough is Enough and Chemical left. You'd be like, look at me. I'm trying. Enough is enough.
He's such an edgy boy.
Oh my God. I'm so interesting.
So so I've been holding this in
Douche.
for some weeks now, and I haven't wanted to tell you, but yes, I do think Enough is Enough is a better song than Chemical, and I've thought this for about maybe a month now, but I didn't jump the gun because I wanted to still live with it a little bit. So we uh one weekend, I know Brendan McGuire and my cousin Vin came up here to visit, and Post Malone dropped a Tiny Desk, and Enough is Enough was one of the songs he performed on the Tiny Desk. And I was listening to it, and obviously, like you said, I loved Enough is Enough when it first came out. But I was listening to it again, and again, I got to really, I was listening to the lyrics this time too, and I was like, oh man, like, oh my God. And then I went back and listened to like the studio version of it, and I was like, the way, like, obviously, like he's talking about the same things he's talking about in a lot of these songs, like he's dealing with his substance abuse issues or things like that. Like everything from the in the chorus to him like screaming like I can't stand up, like it's so painful, but he makes it sound so cool. But I'm like, oh my God, this guy's dying inside. But it's like it's incredible.
Not to reveal too much of our pasts, but I fall down and laugh, but it really ain't funny is literally the summary of You and I in spring of 21.
Well, I'm not gonna go to that extent because he's like, he's like I love like even in the first verse where 2 a.m. they ran out of lemonade, so I shot that vodka straight. When he says she came in missing bottle on the shelf, I can't drink this by myself. Sit with me, babe. Like, and then he starts laughing because he's like, we both know I'm gonna drink this myself, and it's really not funny. And then he's like,
Yeah.
and then even I'm trying to think how this. I mean, this the second verse is even more like when it goes into like the beat switch. I mean, not the beat switch, but like when the beat drops and everything, like he like I'm shit face sitting on the sidewalk, ain't no.
It's brilliant, dude. It's just it's like in the mind of someone who's like
That's
going through something.
that's
It's in the
exactly.
mind of someone who's currently like wasted, right? Like it like there's like it's if you watch Trailer Park Boys, it's the song version of Jim Leahy coming across as absolutely hammered when this song was absolutely written while sober, performed while sober, but just really delves into like that mindset of I'm supposed to be portraying someone who's absolutely like drunk, but not do it in like a way where it's like cartoonish or like, oh, look at me. It's actually like realistic, like things that could be a true event.
No, it is. I mean, he's talked about it in the interviews and stuff. That's why I'm like, I feel comfortable saying this. But he like the scariest part about it is like, I don't even think it's that. Like, I think he's real. Like, I think he's describing a situation where like he is so effed up from all the drinking and everything that he's done but he says such a clear mind still, where he's saying that thing about it, like, this really isn't fun. It's really not.
Yeah.
Like it's almost like, oh, like you're having like a party, you're drunk, you're having a great time, and then all of a sudden everything just goes dark, and you're in your mind, and you're just like, oh, like this really isn't that funny anymore. Like it stopped being fun. Like I don't know, like that's just kind of the vibe I got from it, and I love it. I think it's better than Chemical, and yeah.
That's crazy. But all right. Oh,
I'm up next, right? I'm up next, right?
yes, you
Yeah,
are.
Texas T. Yeah. Clearly an F tier song.
Dog
And
water.
there's nothing, it's so annoying because I listen to whenever I listen to Enough is Enough, like Enough is Enough, like it ends abruptly. Like he says it again, like they ran out, so I shot that vodka straight. Anyways, and then it ends. And then this song comes right on after it and just kills my mood and makes me just want to throw my headphones into the river. Like seriously, because every time I listen to Enough is Enough, this song just follows. And you just hear the,
Yeah.
and I'm just like,
It
no,
is
like what are we doing here? This song is terrible. It's so bad.
like, I'll be honest, I can't say anything about it because I did not re-listen to it. I have not listened to it since the day it came out.
I
Maybe
don't
one
know
other
what
time.
he's.
Maybe one other time, but that's it.
I don't know what accent he's trying to do. He's like,
There's an accent in it. See, that's how I didn't
no,
even
no, no,
listen to it.
no,
I
no,
didn't know
no,
there's.
no, no, no. It's not an accent, but it's just like the way that he's trying to make his voice sound. It's just like
Oh, yeah.
it's I don't know. It's just God.
Anyway, let's see what I got up my sleeve here. All right. What song is it by Beware?
Buyer beware. Yep.
This next track, I would what did Connor say? This next tune, I would like
Oh
to
yeah, next to
talk about Buyer Beware. So, I mean, you do realize you can just delete songs off an album on iTunes, right? Or just make a playlist and just do the album in
you
order
know how
without
I
Texas
am.
T.
You know how I
I
am.
know how you are, but also I know that Texas T exists. And if you want a real S tier song following up Enough is Enough, then look no further than Buyer
I,
Beware.
I
Buyer,
by the way, real quick, I really had a feeling going into this that you were gonna, for some reason, put buyer beware at number one.
no, no. But I will tell you this. That is a catchy little like dude. It's so like catchy. I can't say enough about it. I listen to a lot of post Guns N' Roses Slash. I assume if you're watching this video, you don't. But he's very known in those songs for his single note riffs. And this is just seems like a really fun single note riff if it wasn't electric. Like, if you have an acoustic guitar, just want to play that. It's just really catchy. The chorus, just like so simple, yet it's just that's what it needs to be. It just needs to be simple like that. And then obviously it's very, very catchy. The chorus. Not the biggest fan of the verses, not taking too much away from it, but that's I've been sucking the song dry for the past like 30 seconds. That's why it's not any higher. It's just the verses are just kind of there. They're not bad, but they're also nothing to drive home about. So that's where it ends up.
Okay. Yeah. For me, I put it at C.
What?
Yeah, so I really don't get much from this song. I still, like I said, I still do think it's a listenable track. And I don't always skip it, but for me, I feel like what I get out of this song, I get out of so many other songs on this album, but 20 times more. Like, I don't know, like it just it's good. It's not bad. It's not bad music, but for me, like it just don't hit. It don't hit like the rest do.
It is the best upbeat. Not track. Sorry. Hold on. What am I
Whoa.
trying to say here? The best upbeat riff on the entire album.
Well,
This is why you don't listen to Slash. If you listen to Slash.
yeah. But again, I
I love how
don't
we're
have much to
comparing
say.
Post Malone to Slash, and I'm doing it like I obviously you don't get what I'm saying, but I'm doing it pretty seamlessly, actually.
Yeah, but again, I don't have much to say. I think it's cool, but
I disagree, and we're going to talk about this for a while. This is the most blasphemous thing you have done on this list so far, and it could. I hope it's the last.
let's see. But okay. So this next one, landmine. Let me say this. I completely like I don't know why, but for a while I did not give this song the credit it was just due. And I mean, I can't like I'm trying to think like I know I listened to it because obviously like I've been listening to this album full through, but there was just one day I guess because when you get to sort of like the end of the album, like you is where you kind
Yeah.
because the album starts off so strong that I don't want to say it trails off, but it's a very top heavy album, so it's easy to kind of miss some things at the end. But and then I remember one day I was listening to it, I was like, what the hell? I was like, this is an S tier song. Like it is. Like, I mean, for some reason, I didn't see it through. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I feel like that happens to a lot of people, especially a song that's on the back end of an album. It's very easy to not. I don't know why. I don't know, but I love the song. I think it's incredible. The chorus is just like a vibe. It feels like you're with like your buddies and you're just like jamming it. Like I don't know, I don't know. It just gave me good vibes. That's
All
it.
right. We've had our discussions about Landmine. I'm not a big fan of its verses.
Mhm.
I know you feel a little differently
Yeah,
about that, but that should say a lot about the chorus when I say it is right freaking there.
yeah.
It is. I I remember when we talked in person, I was like, yeah, like I think I said socialite. I said too cool to die, and I was like, landmine might be up there. And look which one is higher than the rest of those out of those three.
Yeah, I think
Landmine, that or enough is enough is the best chorus on the album. And I have a hard time seeing anyone try to talk me out
I
of
think
that
it's
other than
third.
maybe chemical.
Yeah. I think no, I think it's yeah, I think it's third. I have enough is enough, chemical, and then this was probably the best
See,
chorus.
there you go. It's one of those three, and
The
and
chorus
and the
is
fact this is not talked about enough. So enough is enough. I did mean to say another place where I really saw it being hyped is Post Malone is the only album track that he's been playing on his tour. All the other songs that he's playing off the album were the singles. So
enough is enough should have been a single. It should have been.
I mean, I'm glad it wasn't just
Yeah,
because
no,
like
you're right.
it was a nice surprise. It's a nice surprise you get with the album, but that should say a lot about Landmine when I say it is up there with Enough is Enough. It is up there with Chemical Overdrive. It is a banger of a song, and I'm
Well,
glad that we feel the same way about it for the most part.
I think me and you were I forget at what point maybe you were revisiting the album or something, but I remember you texting me a while ago one day and you said something about like God, like that chorus and landmine, whatever. And I was sitting there thinking like, oh, like was there anything that special? And then I remember, putting it on the next day or whatever. And I was like, whoa. I was like, I don't I was like,
I'm glad I changed your
I was
mind.
like, well, I was just like, was this on the album the whole time? Like what?
It's so much better on head. I know you're a headphone listener, so I'm not saying you were listening to the car, but this on another note, it's so much better on head. I
Absolutely.
One sec. I hold on 1 second. I want to see if there's 8D landmine because that would be insane. Anyone watching who knows how to do anything with audio, make 8D landmine. Thank you. It's what we need right now. All right, hold on, let me check.
We got two more
Okay.
songs.
is mine, and it is Green Thumb. And I remember when
That
we first listened to this album, it was the middle of the album where we were like you know, the first two, the last two, and we were like, the middle is a like that's where like the bangers are. And Green Thumb, it's really simplistic. It's really like, you know, just kind of there. And then you listen to the lyrics, and then you listen to the song more and more, and then you listen to that riff more and more. And that's when you decide is better than enough is enough. Green Thumb is such a good song. I can't even believe it. I mean, it's and look, on the surface, it is absolutely nothing. I remember when I first listened to this song, I was just like, oh, like, okay, like it kind of, you know, like went downhill after Buyer Beware, Landmine. It's like, okay, he's trying to do a ballad. He keeps saying one, you know, I hate repetition. And then it's just like that little riff on acoustic, do 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 do. It's so nice. And then you listen to the lyrics, and it's just like, this guy is in a bad spot, and it's just such a nice song. It's just such a nice song, and it's just so simple, and just there's so many other things I could say about this track, but I think it's marvelous, and I think you're about to put it not in S. So I can't wait to hear your thoughts.
so wow, first of all,
Yeah, I figured that was like the one.
yeah, that was definitely the biggest.
I remember talking to you specifically about Green Thumb sucking when this album came out.
Yeah. This is gonna look like a joke, but
Oh, no! Wait, not here.
I promise you, I promise you. I don't like the whole him using like the gardener thing as the I just don't like the metaphors and stuff he's using in this song for me just
The
doesn't
gardener.
do it. And then with that, like I noticed your green thumb, like all the way to the song title, like Green Thumb might be the worst name for a song ever, ever. But realistically, all jokes aside, I don't know. It just sounds like weird to me. I'm over exaggerating. But yeah, I don't get anything out of this song personally.
You've heard the term Green Thumb before, right?
Yes, I know, but he's using
Okay.
it in but I'm saying in the sense that he's using it in, I just don't. Again, if it does it for some people, great, that's cool. But for me, I just think it was the thing I liked most about this album was how brutally honest he was. And I'm not saying he wasn't here, but he just did it in a lot more of a like indirect way, and it didn't really hit for me. And then the music that it was just also wasn't my vibe. And I don't know. I've given every song besides Texas T like their proper just do. I promise you. And
Can,
yeah, I can't
can
bust.
you at least get it away from Texas T? Dude, you're talking about wanting to throw your headphones in the river when you listen to Texas T.
Yeah, dude, I mean, look,
Do you want to throw your headphones in the river when you hear Green Thumb?
yes,
Oh, I want to throw you in the fucking river,
dude,
dude.
he's literally talking. Oh God. Like even looking back on the lyrics here, it's like I just
Dude, you're looking at it like, oh, the song about the gardener. No, it's about like just the fact that you haven't talked in like the fact that the flowers are like dying and like stuff like that. It just expresses like a time frame, a span of
that's
time.
that's what I said, Joe. I know what it represents, but I
So
don't.
stop saying it's about a gardener.
It's about a garden. It's my bad. I should say it displays it's about a garden, and that is the metaphor to what you said. My what I said was I don't like the metaphors that were used. I don't like it. I get it. Like I do get what he was trying to say. I'm just like, this is just I don't know. It doesn't relate for me.
It
I couldn't get into it.
it is such a good like campfire song. It is just it's mellow, it's nice. I'll admit the downward or minor transition to the chorus is definitely an area where I could see like people not liking that part. But like F tier is like something different in and of itself. Like that's like speechless to fucking
I
put it
still
next to tech.
I still
Dude,
think Texas T is worse, but neither
it's
one of
on the
those
same
songs are.
level though. It's next to it.
Yeah, yeah.
I can't believe that. I would have taken C. Hell, maybe even D. F is just.
I don't really care because this was
Well,
my.
I do. This is.
So,
I don't want to talk about laugh it off.
I didn't think this was gonna be like I genuinely like that's why I laughed because I was like, wow, like this is going to look like it's gonna look like I did this like purposely to like stir up an argument or whatever, but like
I love
I
how
wasn't.
like
I don't know. I didn't think you would have it as an S tier song. That's great
you're
though that you enjoy it. That's cool. I think that's really cool.
your out of pocket thing was putting enough is enough above chemical, and I was like, damn. And my out of pocket thing was putting Green Thumb in S tier, and you were
No,
like,
look, I'm not.
I'm gonna put it in F.
Look, I'm not mad at it. Like that's. I think that's actually really cool. That like there's a song that you think is an S tier and I think is an F tier. Like I think that that's freaking. I love that because it's just like it just goes to show you how subjective and different people's musical taste is. Like it's hilarious.
God, killed me. All right, you're up for laugh it off.
Am I up?
Yeah, because I started Green Thumb being an
Oh,
S
that's
tier.
right.
Dude, if you started Green Thumb and F tier, I probably wouldn't be able to hide it.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
My head hurts.
Okay, laugh it off. I have in the D. Um,
Wow.
yeah, it's. I'll tell you what. I actually like about a month ago when I first originally made this list. I had laugh it off in F with Green Thumb and Texas Tea, but I actually think it provides a little bit more. And when I say provides a little more, I don't mean much because I have it in D tier. But
Yeah.
I don't get angry when listening to it, so I guess that's good. You know, I
Basically enraged when you hear Green Thumb, the calmest song on the album.
I just feel like as the album goes on, and part of this album's kryptonite is the fact that it starts off so strong because it just lingers off, and it gets to the point where I'm just like I'm just stuck sitting there like, they should have ended already. Like I think it should have ended at Landmine. Um,
I think it should have ended on Green Thumb.
but take Texas T out, ended on Landmine. I mean, but like that would have been a great closer. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I don't know. I put it. It doesn't do much for me. And I don't listen to it. So
It clearly does more for me than it does you. It goes, no, I'm just kidding. But it is in A tier for
wow.
me. Is that where I have it? Yeah, I think it's great. I think the concept of the chorus is so like smart where it's just like you laugh it off because like you're so broken and so I love that concept and I definitely like the change up at the end where like it goes from like kind of being like slow to if I everything. It's catchy. I can't believe you have this one in D. Like I understand you having Green Thumb low. I'll say that. I'll preface it with low, but I definitely think that this is a song. I think your weakness to this album, and especially the songs that we're disagreeing on now, is that you are a kind of person who listens to an album front to back, whereas I put on shuffle or go out of my way to listen to a certain song. And I, I'll tell you what, I'd say like what there's 17 songs here. I'd say over 10 of them I've had like phases with where like it was my number one song off the album for a week. And it's like like there by a margin, right? Like it's like, what are you doing?
Well, I was gonna you finish your thought, but I was gonna say
Oh,
something.
okay. I was just gonna say like, there's like a week where like Speedometer got like 7 listens and everything else got like 2 maximum. But then like next week, Speedometer dropped to 2 and like Socialite jumped up to like 10. So I feel like that was like and meanwhile for you, when you listen to the album about 15 songs into the album, it's like I now the songs are currently starting to mesh together, which isn't anything bad to say about the album, at least in my opinion. Obviously, I have a higher opinion of the later songs, but it definitely seems to happen when I listen to this album. Eventually, I'm like, let's change it up a little bit. So I honestly think if your listening style was different, I can't say anything for Green Thumb. Obviously, you have something else against that song, but I think Laugh It Off would be higher at the very least. Buyer Beware too.
So I hear what you're saying, but with this album, because of how I felt about the first two records initially, I really didn't take that approach as much as listening to this album. Like I listened to a lot. What?
First 2 records, you mean singles?
No, the first two records on the album. Because of how it sounded to me, I was kind of able to tell off the bat, okay, this isn't an album. This isn't going to be one of the albums that I always listen to front to back. Like
Mm.
I'm going to listen to each of these songs on at individual moments, and I have done that. I've done that multiple times. And I do that with most of these songs. I mean, like I said, every morning I throw on Overdrive. I'm always in the mood to just throw on Chemical by itself. Enough is enough, obviously. Nova Candy. Every song from the S to the B tier, I have my moments where I rush to my phone and you know what? I want to throw that song on. So trust me, like you're usually right with that, but when it comes to this album, no, no. Like I'm telling you, like I listen to them in a lot different orders, or just by themselves, or even trying to put them in playlists with what I thought would be their mood, and none of it stuck with me.
I think because like I said, I expected Green Thumb not to be high for you, but as for Laugh It Off and Buyer Beware, I think I would say give it I know you've given a million. I would say give those two a specific another listen though.
I hear you, and I will, man. But
Look, look. Well, the reason I'm saying this is because you just kind of told me that. Like, I know it was not as recent as I'm making it out to be, but Landmine, all of a sudden, that was like, whoa, for you. And what'd you say? And what was the one with like Brendan you were listening to on the thing?
enough
That
is enough.
song,
Well, no, I
that
mean,
song just out of nowhere. Whoa. I mean, and it's so long after the album came out when they came up. They came up in September. I know that. The album came out in July.
yeah, but I hold on though. I like, but enough is enough was already an S tier song for me.
Yeah, I guess, but also, like I said, with Landmine, it's like it's spaced out where like every now and then something will jump out to you from a different song. I think
Maybe it
if
will.
there's a if there's a chance for you to raise some songs that I think deserve to be raised, it would be either Buyer Beware or Laugh It Off. Laugh It Off, and especially being a closer, that's your kind of thing.
And I didn't, yeah, and I didn't think it was a great closer either. So that's what I
I
mean.
think Green Thumb would have been a better closer. Thought that would have been a beautiful closer, dude.
Look, I hear you, right? Like I've had that where
Green Thumb as a closer might have been better than Chemical.
look, I hear you that you have like certain things might hit you at different times, and you're right about that. Like I will always end up listening to these songs again in some form or fashion. So like I said, I think you know this. I've given all these songs besides Texas T their more than fair shake of chances. But you're right. Maybe I catch it on the right vibe one day. I mean, it hasn't happened yet, but maybe it will. Who knows?
Right. All right. I guess that is that. I'll share my were you just sharing your screen just to like show people what it was?
Well,
Just
yeah, but I
for
also wanted to show you how I like.
I was just sharing mine, so this is what mine is.
You got
I
more
have
S tiers. You got more S tiers than me.
way too many as yeah, you have 5. I have what? 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 8. Um, yeah, that's the only reason Too Cool to Die can't make it in there. It's just I gotta draw the line somewhere. I want to put a bunch of more in. But
Yeah.
what were you gonna show?
I wasn't gonna show anything.
You were sharing your screen and you didn't do anything.
No, I was sharing my screen because I wanted to show you that these specific songs, like I don't just listen to front to back this album. Like I listen to
Oh,
variation. So
it just seems like the second last couple songs are all near the bottom, which I guess is the sign of a front heavy album, but I strongly disagree that it's a front heavy album. So
well, that's why we have a podcast.
absolutely. So you can share your horrible opinions with the internet.
You're so mad about that. It's crazy. But all right, yeah. We'll catch you on the next one. It's a Thursday. We're gonna be watching. I'm not gonna watch this game because why would I waste my time? I gotta be up early. I don't feel like watching the Chiefs destroy the Broncos.
I score 36.
But like and subscribe, comment, do all of that. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of that, and yeah, we will catch you on the next one.
Catch you on the flippity flip.
Peace.